Nick Roach had enough of years of sleepless nights thanks to his constant toing and froing to the loo. After he visited his GP, he was diagnosed with an enlarged prostate, the cause of the problem.
Like all these things, it sort of creeps up on you slowly and you think, oh, I can live with that. I can live with going to the loo 3 times in a night. And you tend to forget the effect it has on sleep.
Nick opted for a new type of procedure where clips that act like treasury tags are placed into the wall of the prostate to pull the tissue that's blocking the urinary flow out of the way. It's been brought to this country by Bristol surgeon Professor Raj Prasad over the past year.
I talked to many people about it and they were a bit incredulous that firstly the realisation that everybody wished they'd invented this because it's so clever. Secondly, they couldn't believe that it actually worked as well as described and as described in the scientific publications about it. And I guess to some extent we can't predict how long. We've got, what, 2 or 3 year data. We can't tell you it'll be fine in 10 years time or 20 years time, but what we know is it can be done again and that it doesn't preclude the standard operation if you do it.
The standard operation is much more evasive with a longer recovery time, where surgeons actually cut through the prostate.
It's an awkward gland, really. It's got a rich blood supply. It's blocking the bladder. You're trying to unblock it by actually sort of shaving through it with a sort of cheese wire effect through 360 degrees. And of course, everywhere you shave, there's bleeding. So you can have quite major blood loss.
An enlarged prostate is much more common than prostate cancer, affecting around 40% of men over the age of 50. But the symptoms are relatively similar. They include the need to urinate more often or with difficulty, a weak flow, feeling that your bladder has not emptied properly, rushing to the toilet or not making it.
I think I went down to theatre about 12 o'clock. I think I was back within an hour. Went home about 3 o'clock. And I played squash the next day. It was a remarkably good recovery.
The operation is currently not available on the NHS, although it is on the cusp of being funded, in the hope that many more men like Nick can overcome their prostate problems. Katie Rowlett, ITV News, Bristol.